All right.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Beyond Celebrity Show. I'm your host, Cesar Pena, and welcome always the co-host, Miguel Sanchez, my brother from another
Sanchez, what's up?
Yep. So today we're gonna get right into it. I'm so excited. We just dropped episode 7 on our podcast, on our podcast on iTunes, on Spotify. You could hear it's a little juicier than the regular podcast that I put out, but it's all the shots. I'm doing 4 volumes, 4 parts to this, and it's gonna be all about my biggest shots that I took in my last 16 years of being a paparazzi. Most of it is still positive. Some of it is real undercover work. It's like we was like the FBI's out there. You know what I'm saying? Like we did a lot of undercover work and a lot of dedication. A lot of work. So we put together. I have 12 stories, and I chopped the 12 stories up into four different parts. So we just released the first one today. I'm so excited about it. It's the first one. It's Mariah Carey with the billionaire boyfriend. We was the first ones to have them engaged, and the engagement party. We was the first one to break it all open. We made a ton of money doing that. Then when Lamar Odoms, he went to Vegas, and he did the whole. He went on a rampage over there, and they found him pretty much OD'd. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he literally was he was a goner until they brought him back. You know what I'm saying? And he was in a ICU for a long time, for a while, and he was in a coma for like, I want to say about a week and a half. So I did the whole story. When he first got out of there, he came to New York, and I got the first shots of him coming to New York. I tell you the whole story on that. Then last but not least, I did the Tristan Thompson cheating on his pregnant ex fiance, Khloe Kardashian. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was pregnant, she was about to give birth, and this dude, grimy dude, was just doing her dirty, at least 7, 8 different girls, and we have the whole story on the podcast, and I'm excited. It's like a novel right now, you know what I'm saying? So
you said Mariah Carey, Thompson.
Yep. Lamar Odom.
Oh, so it's 4 episodes of 3.
It's 3 stories in the first episode of the series. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be a 4-part series in our podcast. Again, it's still the Beyond Celebrity Show, but it's gonna be more, a little more scandalous, but it's my story. You know what I'm saying? And it's the ins and outs of how we go about getting these big stories. And I give you advice if you want to ever go into the paparazzi world. I throw in some deep advice in the podcast, and you can get into it and really get into my world and be my passenger in my world. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So how can we start? First of all, if you have any questions, R-Rod 42578 is asking, how's the family? I don't know if he knows you, but on my side, everybody's good. How about you?
Yeah, we good. We still working our butts off. I know Miguel's got so much stuff going on. We got a lot of things cooking right now too. I got a lot of a lot of people want to do a lot of interviews with me now. So it's getting juicy out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, just put in work. You know what I'm saying? That's all. You just put in work every day. Just dedicate yourself to put in work, and you're gonna see things happening. No matter what's going on, just put in that work, and things will happen for you.
So today is our 15th day in a row of going live during the quarantine. we made the pass. As soon as we said if this drops, we're gonna go live every single day it happens. So we 15 days in.
Every single day.
And like Cesar said, things are happening just because we on every day. So
every day.
That's crazy.
Yep.
So what could you how could we talk about this without giving away the podcast? What's the way to give information?
Well, this is a simple thing, right? All the episodes from now on is going to be about 5 figures and above, right? We're going to talk about 6-figure stuff, right? So I made, and this is not even bragging, right? I know I made over 7 figures during my like last 4 or 5 years, right? Easy, probably close to probably 8 figures. You know what I'm saying? And that's throughout my 16 years. You know, but my last 6-7 years has been huge. Like the 24/7 Paps brand made a lot of money, and we've been in the forefront of a lot of huge stories. You know, so you know, in the podcast, what we're gonna be revealing is some deep, like undercover. It's like some real undercover stuff. You know, hiding, making sure people don't see you. You know, making sure the celebrities just doing their thing, and you're just not in the way. You know, and doing your job. You know, using the long lens. What is designed for it to do, you know what I'm saying? So to shoot long, you know, so, you know, we get into some of the names that's going to be part of the 4-part series is Justin and Haley, you know, nothing scandalous with them. It's just, you know, we got stories for days with them, but we made some huge money off of them too. OJ Simpson, you know, we was the first ones on him, you know, we got stories for days for that. So I mean, the list goes on and on. We just got hits, you know, and it's I narrowed down to 12, and then I chopped it up for 4. So I mean, the more people get into it, it's gonna be like a novel, right? The more people get into it, like no one's ever done it like this. Like we were in the top of the paparazzi world for about 7 to 8 years. I'm talking about number 1. And us with me revealing the mindset and the stories. Like I never told nobody these stories, only you, Miguel, most of them.
Yeah.
But other than that, no one's ever heard none of this like real tactical stuff, you know. And this is huge. It's huge. And I'm excited.
All right. So yeah, like you said, I've heard the stories. You guys are gonna love them, but how do we? Because if right now the podcast is live, if they haven't heard it yet, what are some things that you can talk about that will feed into it?
I could talk about the excitement, right? I could talk about like, yo, go tune in. Like you gotta go into the pod, because the emotion and a lot of the stuff that I'm talking about, like I had to go back, I had to research, I had to take notes. Like my note, like I usually write down notes when I do this stuff. I had to go back to notes, and really get into it, you know. And I, you know, of course I can express it here, but I'd rather you go and sit down and listen to it, because I'm in a zone when I'm talking to you guys about the stories and what went down and specific stuff. It's like literally you're right next to me along for the ride. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing like this out there. I'm you know, I know this is gonna be one of the biggest things out, because ain't nobody ever do this. You know what I'm saying? And you know, gotta show that support, my brothers and sisters.
So I remember one of the key things of that situation was there was a point where a fan kind of interfered with your overall money making opportunity. Did you talk about that in there? Are you?
No, so I definitely talk about that like real. Like I went in on that. So one of the opportunities, you know, I'm not gonna tell you which one inside the podcast, so you guys could tune in. But this person just literally gave away like 20 grand, you know, or more. But because they wasn't aware of what they was putting up on social media. That's all I gotta tell you.
I think you could go a little bit into it without.
Nah. You gotta go in the podcast, all right? Because it's so crazy. It's so crazy what some of these people in the industry do and take your video and make 5 figures, right? High 5 figures off some like playful, hey, look, playful video of a celebrity, and you don't know. But when that story finished 24 hours later, guess what? That guy that took your video is making a killing because it's their video now. And if you didn't save that video, you're done. You're done.
Yeah,
you know, this is real stuff.
That's worth the listening alone. No doubt.
This happens all the time though. Like this happens to so many people that videotape celebrities and don't know the worth, right? Don't know the worth of that video or the picture, and they put it up on their Instagram story or one of those things that like go away in 24 hours because it doesn't save. So once people got eyes, like people have jobs looking for things like this. You know what I'm saying? Like they literally got jobs.
Like if you, I don't know how, because at the end of the day, what if, because YouTube is where you get most of your views. What if they don't listen to the podcast? What is something you could let them know just in case they don't listen to not do? Is there any, because I mean, you get millions of views a month. We're not getting millions of views a month on our podcast yet. But
not yet. But we're gonna go, like we're gonna get millions of views on the podcast, right? And again,
I agree.
I don't want to give up specifics because I just want them to go to the podcast just to listen to what I'm talking about. But here, I'm gonna let you know, in a few months, we're gonna have opportunities for people to make money. You know what I'm saying? So that's coming. You know what I'm saying? That's coming. And I'm excited. I know Miguel's excited about this. We've been working very hard on this. And I'm telling you right now, it's so much people making millions of dollars off people's backs, just doing videos and pictures, and they're not getting a dime. And most people don't even know this happening. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing you can do, you know, unless your voice is on it. But they could be like, yo, I shot it over his shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't have that proof of that video, you're done. You're done.
Or even though it exists, like you said, most people don't even know this is happening. So yeah, I if you're the type of person that's out there around celebrities, highly recommend you listen to this episode, because when Cesar told me this story, I fell out of my chair because I was like, hold on. This person had no clue that this is how it worked. And I'll be honest, I didn't either. Only reason I have any clues because I work with Cesar, but if you're in this world or at least being around celebrities, if that's a thing for you and you don't know this information, it's pretty crazy.
And another thing though, Miguel, not only that, some people put their stuff on social media, right, and just don't put tags or nothing like that on it. And let's say a place like Entertainment Tonight or Extra, they have people that just go to the social media, take their video, put IG on it, right? Put like Instagram or put Twitter on it, and make a killing off of the ads.
On the website,
on the ads, on the TV show. They put it on the TV show, and don't pay a dime, you know.
And Instagram and these companies, they make billions too, right? On the content too. So everybody's making money except the person that took
the content creator, right? The content creator, right? Like we're spearheading. We're gonna be the champions for content creators. You know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna be the police of content creators and be the champion for content creators. There's gonna be a lot of opportunities, especially after this whole thing is done. We planning some big stuff, big movements.
I love it. All right, so Gianaro, I don't know how to say the name, sorry. But he said, did you get to listen to Ari Sky's live concert?
I did. I listened to 2 songs. She destroyed it. I can't wait for Monday. She's gonna be on here live on Monday doing her thing. She has a concert Monday here. So you better stay tuned for that. But I listened to 2 songs and I saw she was destroying it, right? She was in the zone. So I had to, I'm a father of 2. So I had to run around with the kids. Kids were losing their minds. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, all right, I gotta deal with the kids. But at least I got to listen to 2, and I'm excited for Monday.
All right, all right. He asked also, what was your first concert that you attended? I've actually never attended a concert.
No way.
I don't think I've ever attended a concert.
So one of my first concerts of my just off the top of my head was Jay-Z and R. Kelly at Madison Square Garden. That thing was crazy because at the time, you see, I didn't know all the stuff R. Kelly was going through, but at the time he was on top of the world. He was the #1 guy, R&B, and Jay-Z was #1 rapper out there, right? He was Drake. You know, if you split up Drake, Jay-Z and R. Kelly, right? Because Drake sings too. So they were the biggest out there and they were destroying the garden. Yeah, that was one of the greatest shows I ever seen like up front, besides like Rihanna and Eminem. Rihanna and Eminem in the stadium, they did the stadium tour, 100,000 people. That was insane. Yeah. So this episode, I'm gonna let y'all know this episode is all about the podcast. You guys gotta tell a friend to tell a friend. Gotta go to our podcast. It's on iTunes, the Beyond Celebrity Show. I got 7 episodes. Me and Miguel got 7 episodes up right now, and they're fire. You know what I'm saying? And I want y'all to blow it up. You know what I'm saying? And let's take it far. You know what
so
I'm saying?
Let's
and
just to give it. Let's talk about the first episode, second, like just not like give them a little wrap about what the episodes are. First episode.
So the great thing about these podcasts is you get into my life, right? You get into the life of someone that's been doing this paparazzi game for 16 years. And from the beginning, me just being nervous and me doing it with my wife, she was my girlfriend at the time, and going from there to my first shot with Leonardo DiCaprio to Justin Bieber stories, and knowing Justin for so long, since he was like 14, 15, and growing with Justin, you know what I'm saying? And then going right into Rihanna, when she got into the whole thing with Chris Brown, and not taking no video of her, into us being real close and me going backstage, but it took me 4 times to go backstage, and Ariana Grande, not knowing that she knew even how to sing, and I was still rocking with her until I learned that she knew how to sing. And then I was like, she's gonna be humongous, and been there from the beginning of her journey, and One Direction, you know what I'm saying? Being there in the beginning of their journey and being there with one of the biggest fans in the whole One Direction world. Big shout out to Buble. And we was going in. We was talking about all the stories and One Direction and what we got into with them and squashed a lot of beef, a lot of misunderstanding with her and the One Direction fans. And then we got into my 20 of the best celebrities, that you guys could approach, and the best celebrities that I encountered. I did a whole I was gonna do a top 10 and do 2 parts, but I just started getting into it. So we went to 20, and that was amazing, because I share with you guys people that you can approach anytime. Like if you see these celebrities, these 20 celebrities, you can approach them every single time. Will Smith, freaking Johnny Depp, these are like icons of icons, and you could approach them all the time, So I got my top 20 for that. And then I went right to the Met Gala, because the Met Gala is the beginning of our, our season, for paparazzis, we rely on the Met Gala because there's so many celebrities that just come into one spot, and it's the biggest red carpet in the world. So I talk about that, and I talk about the after parties, and the biggest story that any after parties ever heard about was the Beyonce and Beyonce, Jay-Z, and Sister Solange elevator incident, and that was one of my biggest shots all time. Netted me over 6 figures, and now we're going into these episodes. It's like novels. We're going to do 4-part novels to this, and part 7 just dropped today, and I hope you guys listen to it because it's off the fucking charts. Let's go.
All right, you want to take questions? Because the questions are not about the podcast, but how do you want to do? What do you want to? There's questions, but like,
we answer questions.
All right.
Let's do it.
So one question is, will Michael Buble ever be on your show?
Let me tell you something. If I could get Michael Buble on my show, I'll get Michael Buble on my show, man. I love Michael Buble. He'll destroy this thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, his personality is ridiculous. Big shout out to Michael Buble. I hope I could get a contact for him so I could get him on the show, because his personality is off the charts and he's amazing. So yeah, Michael Buble. I'd love for him to be on the show.
Hold on. All right. Yeah, I guess that's one question so far. Questions? Yeah.
No. Bottom line. The big story is we dropped episode 7 today. On our podcast. That me and Miguel's excited about that. We're about to do so much. We got so much things on the works. These stories are off the hook. I never discussed these stories before. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, just come through, check it out, let me know what you think. And we're going to continue on. We're going to continue on rocking, Go ahead.
Yeah. I think, I think like right now, I think as people stuck at home, like the whole world is, if we can help you to discover the podcast world, it will change your life. Podcasting is like the easiest way to consume information I've ever seen. Like, you could do anything and still get that information. So I know most people on YouTube are not podcast people, but I'm telling you, once you become one, you're going to be like, whoa, I can't believe I didn't know this existed. So check out the podcast. Definitely putting information on there that we're not putting on here. And yeah, I think it's worth getting into podcasts, especially ours. But yeah. How you want to?
Yeah. I mean, bottom line, guys. Just keep us motivated to make better content. I have just an encyclopedia in my head of just stories and things that we've done. But I'm excited. I'm excited to share all this stuff with all you guys, and just come through and help some brothers out that's trying to do positive out here. And this knowledge is not shared by most. Couple people, like I did a whole thing on Full Sail University on I just did 5 minutes worth of just talking with them about a little bit of my stories, and I got a standing ovation over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally 30 people just standing in the class, just listening to 5 minutes of my stories. I'm putting out episodes of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just letting y'all know, it's just another level to what we're trying to do, and to support your boys. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge, and we're not gonna forget you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys in the beginning, we're just gonna aim for the stars with this one.
And the links will be in the description down low. I'm gonna add them right as soon as we end this. So check out the podcast. Let us know what you think. You can leave messages on the podcast. You can DM us, and definitely subscribe, 5 stars, all that. Yeah. How you want to end it, Cesar?
Yo, much love. Be safe out there. Today was like another record of deaths and people catching the coronavirus. This joint now is attacking young people. I heard about a couple teachers, 31-year-old, 34-year-olds, 40-year-old. Nobody is immune to this virus. So if you got to stay home, stay home. Don't go out there, thinking you're just gonna be immune to this thing, man. This thing is ravaging, man. It gets people, man. You know what I'm saying? So I just want y'all to know, you guys are loved, man, and you got loved ones that just love you guys, man. So if you gotta stay home, just stay home, man. Don't go nowhere. If somebody gotta go out, just let them know, put that protective stuff on, put that mask on, and then sanitize all that stuff before you get inside. Because I'm telling you, man, you're still carrying it. So just letting y'all know we love you guys. Much love always. And holla at your boy. Tomorrow we definitely gonna have a guest for tomorrow, but we just wanted to do this special episode for our podcast that we're excited about, and we want you guys to go check it out. Much love. Peace.